So today is a cold, rainy, frigid day, and this is an abandoned osprey nest. But a few months ago, there was an osprey family thriving here with 3 juveniles, and this is their story. Before we get this video started, this video was sponsored by no one. So today is a cold, frigid day, but 4 or 5 months ago, I had the honor and privilege to follow this osprey family at their nest. It's the 3rd year now they've been coming to the same nest, so they're starting to get used to me. But it was such an honor and privilege to be able to follow it all the way from the beginning, from when they started building the nest to having the juveniles, feeding the juveniles, and finally the juveniles being out on their own and feeding on their own. So it was such an honor and a privilege to be part of it. And I'm happy to share it with you, and I hope you enjoyed as much as I did. To me, ospreys have an incredible personality. Especially this family, and in particular the male, he was really funny. He would disappear for like hours, and I have no idea where he goes. I don't know if he was out playing cards or having a beer somewhere, but he would come back, and I would say, man, he must have a huge fish he's gonna feed everyone. And he would have like the tail of a fish because he ate most of it himself. And I don't think you get in this, pal. He's supposed to be providing for these guys. I mean, he did provide for them, obviously, but it was just funny to watch. And the female would always have this really annoyed look on her face when he comes back, like, where the hell you been? So it was really a lot of fun to watch him and observe him and be able to document it. So I hope you enjoyed this video as much as I enjoyed capturing it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It really helps me out, and I really appreciate it. So let's get this journey started, and let's get going. All right, guys, let's go. Days like this really make me wonder, why the hell am I out? Frigid cold, but you got to pay the price, I guess, to get the pictures. So not only was the Osprey memory such a good memory, but man, summer was such a good memory. A couple more months, right? All right, we'll see what we can get today. Let's get back to the Osprey video. Just wanted to share my pain. This beautiful looking innocent bird is an Eastern kingbird. So what does an Eastern kingbird have to do with this Osprey story? Well, the Eastern kingbirds had a nest right next to this Osprey nest. And I never realized how territorial Eastern kingbirds are. They rain terror on these poor ospreys, especially the male. Every time the male tried to come back to the nest with a fish, or just come back to the nest, this Eastern kingbird just harassed them to no end, chasing them, pecking at them, attacking them, absolutely terrorized these ospreys. The female would sometimes freak out in the nest because of this Eastern kingbird just constantly harassing the male, and even to a point where he followed them all the way to the nest. It was just amazing to watch how territorial and how a little bird can rain terror on these ospreys. But yeah. So I want to cut in here and say it was so heartwarming to see the juveniles finally out of the nest and being on their own and feeding on their own. It's funny, they hung around the nest area for a couple weeks, and so did the female. I didn't see the male too much, but the female was still being very protective over them, just like they were when they were in the nest. Anytime an osprey or any kind of bird or eagle, anything flew over, she would get, riled up and really protective and start freaking out. So that was really interesting to watch, to see her still being protective over them, even though they were out of the nest and on their own for a couple weeks. I didn't notice that the last couple of years when I was following these guys. I might have just missed it, but it was really interesting to watch, and it was so heartwarming to see them on their own. It was such a privilege, and you know, all the way from the beginning when they were really awkward and tiny, it almost felt like a proud uncle, you know, to being on their own and feeding on their own. So I hope you're enjoying this video so far, and all right, guys, peace out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna try to get out of this cold because I can't feel my face anymore. But anyway, leave me in the comments what parts you like the most. I love interacting with you guys. I love answering every question to the best of my ability and every comment. So I always love hearing from you guys. And I'm gonna go warm up. And until next time, all right, guys, I'm out of here. Bye.